On September 29th, 2019, a major fire broke out at a daily necessities factory in Ningbo City, Zhejiang province. The accident caused 19 deaths and 3 injuries, burned down a total area of about 12,000 square feet, and directly caused economic losses of about 24 million yuan, equivalent to 3.3 million US dollars. Now, let's see what really happened before and after the fire from the surveillance video inside the factory. At 12:48, a male employee A entered the perfume filling workshop to prepare and heat perfume raw materials. When he poured the heated perfume materials into the plastic bucket, a flame suddenly sprang up. Then, all his wrong actions made a small fire that could have easily been put out turn into an irreversible tragedy. He first blew on it, but instead of extinguishing the fire, it grew larger. He tried to put the lid back on, but it didn't fit. At this time, the residual flammable liquid in the metal drum containing the raw material was ignited, and immediately one fire point turned into 2. Later, he blew on the flames again, but to no avail. In a panic, he found a piece of cardboard and fanned the flames. The wind helped the fire, which not only didn't go out, but instead burned even more vigorously. In fact, the fire wasn't very large at this time, and if the method was correct, it was entirely possible to quickly put out the fire. However, he didn't see the 3 fire extinguishers located not far away, which missed the best opportunity. At 12:50, another male employee, B, noticed the fire, but he didn't take any action. Instead, he watched for a full 20 seconds before turning around. Immediately after, a female employee also discovered the fire, but didn't take action either. At 12:51, the plastic barrel was melted, and the fire gradually grew larger, but it was still in the early stages. If he had chosen to use a fire extinguisher to put out the fire, he could still control it. Unfortunately, he still didn't think of the nearby fire extinguishers. At 12:52, employee B came to the perfume filling workshop to check the fire. It had been 2 minutes since he found the fire. When he saw the fire getting bigger, he ran out of the production workshop in a hurry to find someone. At this time, the plastic bucket was completely melted by the fire, and all the perfume materials flowed out, forming a flowing fire. The next wrong operation completely made the fire lose control. The employee directly poured water towards the fire, and the fire instantly spread rapidly around, igniting surrounding combustibles and forming a violent burning trend. Obviously, he didn't know that pouring water into the fire caused by substances lighter than water, such as perfume, ethanol, and gasoline, was like adding oil to the fire. At 12:53, other employees rushed there, but they didn't take effective firefighting measures. They didn't call the police, nor notify the staff on the upper floors to evacuate. Instead, they were all flustered and quickly fled the scene. All these wrong behaviors led to the fire quickly engulfing the whole perfume-filling workshop and then spreading upstairs, putting 20 employees on the second and third floors in danger. As can be seen from the video, the fire ignited the chemical raw materials, instantly forming a fire cloud. The factory had only one staircase leading to the upper floors, and after the staff on the second and third floors discovered the fire, only 2 people jumped to escape, while the remaining 18 were blocked by a large amount of toxic smoke rushing to the stairwell. When they returned to the workshop, only found the windows were blocked by metal security nets, which made it impossible for them to escape, resulting in the death of 19 people, including employee A. This company was established in March 2015 and mainly engaged in the production of perfume for cars. After investigation, the cause of the fire was the ignition of flammable steam by static electricity. It turned out that static electricity was generated during the mixing process in plastic buckets, and when the liquid was poured out, the accumulated static electricity in the plastic bucket discharged, potentially igniting the flammable vapor in the mixture. Employee A had done this operation multiple times almost every day and didn't encounter any problems for several years. This is due to the occasional accumulation of static electricity to the point where it can ignite flammable steam. However, the underlying reason for this fire to become a disaster is the indifferent safety production concept of enterprise managers and the lack of basic education on fire safety knowledge for employees. At that time, there were multiple fire extinguishers just a few meters away from the fire, but no one used them throughout the entire process. During this process, employee B came over to check the situation after discovering it, but didn't help with the rescue, instead hesitantly going outside to find someone to help. When the fire grew larger, other employees who rushed to check didn't think of using firefighting equipment, nor did they notify the staff on the upper floors to evacuate as soon as possible. Secondly, there were major safety hazards in the factory. There were no fire alerts in the building, only a few fire extinguishers hung on the wall. There was only one evacuation staircase, which caused most of the employees to be trapped on the upper floors and unable to escape after the fire. The third is that the local government's supervision responsibility for safety isn't fully implemented. They had safety investigations several times, but didn't find any problems with this company. It took only 3 minutes and 30 seconds from the occurrence of the fire to the spread of the fire. One after another, wrong choices and indifferent behaviors led to the spread of the fire, resulting in the death of 19 people.